Welcome to Leading Behind the Scene. I'm your host, Gwendolyn Young, the go-to business and operations consultant for six-figure CEOs who are ready to reach their next level of growth. And I'm ready to share tools, strategies, and tips to help you excel in your business and your life. If you're a service-based entrepreneur, be sure to join me each Thursday. Find me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And don't forget to follow the show on your favorite podcast player so you never miss an episode. And if you love the content, leave me a rating review. Now let's get into today's episode. Hello, beautiful people. Question for you. Have you ever thought about how precious your time really is? In the entrepreneurial space, the phrase time management is something that I hear about all too often. But I have another question for you. How do you really manage your time? We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but do you find yourself exhausted at the end of your workday while feeling minimal accomplishment? This could be because of your time management skills. And time management is defined as the process of planning and exercising conscious control of time spent on specific activities, especially to increase effectiveness, efficiency, and/or productivity. And so, in other words, it's a way to keep yourself accountable for the things you said you would do, and a way to keep yourself from overcommitting. Sounds easy, right? I know. Time is one of the most precious and valuable commodities that you have in life. And managing it effectively ensures that you not only value your time, but other people will do so also. I like to define time as the amount of hours we have available each day or each week or each year. Webster, on the other hand, y'all know, little dictionary I'm talking about, defines time as a continuum in which events succeed one another from past through present to future. So now we know that time is a series of events. And if we can learn to better manage those events, then maybe we can be more successful at managing our time. And why is this important? One, because we want to make sure we're focused on the right things, right? So it helps us determine what is a priority and what is not. It helps us succeed in business and life. It signifies that we are considerate of ourselves and others, helps us achieve our goals. It gives us less stress. We all want less stress. And then it tells us that we can get more done with less work, right? So it gives us more time. So think about it for a moment. When you think about your time, what do you prioritize? Is it mostly on work, sending emails, automating systems, taking phone call after phone call, doing task after task? Is it making time to spend with your significant other or time for your kids or even time to do those self-care things and the things that just bring us joy? Whatever you prioritize has a direct correlation to how you manage your time. So as you reflect on your priorities and what's important to you, think about how much time in your day or your week or your month where those things that you actually enjoy and the things that you actually say are important take place. This can help you to strategize where you want to spend your time so that you are more intentional and protective of where your time goes and reduce the amount of time on distractions and time wasters. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Drowning in emails, scrolling social media for hours, sitting in meetings that are not productive, disorganized workspace, can't find nothing, all the minor interruptions that happen, the text messages, the personal phone calls, the cigarette breaks. Yes, I went there. Being late, procrastinating, and the list just goes on and on. So how do we manage these things, right? I'm going to give you a few tips. Number one, use a schedule, whether this is a planner, a calendar, a checklist, whatever you want to call it. This will help you understand how much you can get done during the course of a day and where your time is being spent. You'll see how much time is actually spent producing results and how much time is wasted being unproductive. And so any activity or conversation that's important to you should have a time assigned to it, including appointments with and for yourself. And so you always want to make sure that you have included in your schedule conversations, events, any tasks or activities that need to be done. And then the next thing you want to do is prioritize those tasks. It's easy to think that everything is a high item priority and that everybody is a priority, right? But I want to challenge you with this. If everything is a priority, then what is really a priority? Hmm, hmm, hmm. If everything is a priority, then what is really a priority? And so to combat this and to manage our time more wisely, start by prioritizing the tasks according to their importance and urgency, right? So if something is important but not urgent, then push it down the list. Maybe it becomes a number 2 task or a number 3 task. For example, if you see a sale for something that you would typically use in your business come through your email for something that always goes on sale, like always goes on sale, that's not urgent, right? You don't have to buy it right then. You don't have to buy it before the end of the day because you see that it goes on sale almost every other week for the same exact price. However, if something is important and urgent, then place that as one of the first things on your schedule to do. This way, you create an actual priorities list for yourself and you don't set yourself up for unnecessary stress. And then next, think about how you can group those similar tasks together. Grouping similar tasks together saves you time and energy because you're cutting down on the amount of time that you have to switch back and forth. This can especially be used for tasks like answering emails, instant messages, making quick phone calls, all those kinds of things. If you group tasks like this together, you'll complete them in no time. And then avoid multitasking. Yes, I know, y'all. We have been fed the lie that multitasking is everything. But sometimes we think that we can go between all sorts of tasks, going back and forth and getting all the things done. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but the more you multitask, the less likely your brain is focused on perfecting the one thing that you need to be focused on. So try your best to focus on one task at a time. It also helps your brain function to focus solely on one thing and can increase your efficiency and quality of work. And then finally, set time limits for yourself. A lot of times it's easy to get stuck on one task and wonder where the time has gone. Well, this may be because you've given yourself too much time to spend on a task. Remember that time management is about creating and sustaining self-accountability. So set a time limit for the tasks that you need to do. This also helps you to focus for a specific amount of time on the things that you really need to get done and train your brain to get it done in that amount of time. So this month, I challenge you to take back your time and treat it like the precious and rare commodity that it is. Identify the time wasters and develop a plan of action. Remember, once a block of time has passed, you can never get it back. All it takes is a small habit to create a lifestyle of change. So try one of these out and create a solid path to managing your time better and become more focused and intentional of where your time goes and on the things that really, really matter. This is how we create balance. This is how we create harmony. This is how we can manage all of the things.
Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Leading Behind the Scenes. I hope you found some encouragement or helpful information today to help move your business and or your life forward. If you have a specific topic you'd like me to talk about or guests you'd like me to have on the show, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. I love connecting with my listeners. Also, be sure to follow the podcast so you never miss an episode and leave me a rating review. I'll see you next week.